See here. So in the electric field problem, we have already seen the relation between the potential to the electric field intensity. In a computational of electric field, a certain types of problem. In the same manner, let us relate the magnetic field intensity to the scalar magnetic potential. So that is, already we have seen the relation between electric field intensity E to the vector potential, right? V. So E equal to minus delta into V suffix M. I think we have seen, right? Such a same way can be represents a scalar potential. So scalar magnetic potential, I can write for the magnetic field intensity H bar equal to minus delta into V suffix M. So this is assumed equation which we have derived from the reference of electric field intensity to the vector, so potential, electric potential. So right, so from the Ampere's law, I have, from the Ampere circuited law, we have recognized that delta cross H bar is equals to J, where H bar is equals to what? Delta into minus delta into V suffix M. So that is delta cross, I can substitute this delta H bar equal to minus delta Vm into here. So then obviously del cross minus delta Vm equal to J bar. See, this is the equation, fundamental equation which I have derived from the Ampere circuited law. So from the electrostatic reference, I have made the one more equation is to that H bar equal to minus delta into V suffix M. Let me substitute in the place of H the minus delta into V suffix M here. So then delta cross minus delta into V suffix M. So but using the vector identity del cross del dot V equal to 0. So this is the from vector identity, and also we find H bar to minus V suffix M is a valid for J equal to 0 only. It's a condition from the vector. So whenever the vector is, it becomes J becomes 0. So it is a valid delta cross minus delta Vm is equals to 0. This is from vector identity. Curl of divergence of vector becomes 0. So this condition has to be satisfied when the value of J becomes 0. That is, here it is a valid only when J equal to 0. So the scalar magnetic potential is defined only the region where J equal to 0. So such a cases, the magnetic scalar potential is defined only when the region of J equal to 0. So moreover, Vm is general, is not only single valued function position. This point can be illustrated the follows. See here. So let me represent one more example here. Region. See, he has been considered the one sample area. So for the radius, azimuthal angle is phi, radius is rho, and total area which becomes 2a is a lower circle, and inner circle, 2b for the outer circle. So where rho is the value, so which can be represents between the rho is up to here, right? So between the 2a to 2b. So between the rho is here, between so inner circle to the outer circle. So for this, let me represent the value of students. Are you there? Are you there? Okay, listen carefully. So we have to define magnetic scalar potential. For that, I have made an assumption that from the electric field relation. So see, so it's somewhat important, not that much, but you have to where V suffix m is a scalar quantity. It's not a vector, it's a scalar quantity. We have made a magnetic scalar quantity with the respect of h equal to minus delta into Vm. So this is the reference equation. So this is the equation which is raised by the reference equation of relation between E to V. Right? So what is the relation E to V? So E2 is electric field intensity, V is a electric potential. Electric field intensity is a magnet, so as a vector concept, so vector element, and electric potential is a scalar element. So between these two, we have made a relation E equal to minus delta into V. E equal to minus delta V, right? Have you heard this equation? Yeah, based on that equation, we have retrieved the assumption that is magnetic field intensity is also have the relation with the with the potential V suffix m equal to h bar equal to minus delta into V suffix m. But already we have derived the equation from the Ampere's law, delta cross h bar is equals to J, and H already we defined for a magnetic scalar potential h bar equal to minus delta Vm. This value I can substitute here. No, the cursor is pointing, so the cursor is visible for you. Student, the cursor is visible.
Yes, sir.
You observe the cursor, then you can get the concept. So now, so this is the fundamental equation which I have got from the Ampere's law. So but I have made one more equation for h equal to minus delta into V suffix m. This value I can substitute here. Then the above equation will turn as delta cross minus delta into V suffix m equal to j. Right up to this here. So now this is the equation, but so from the vector identity, curl of divergence of any scalar should be 0. So this has to satisfy. So for that purpose, but in my equation it presents j. Whenever the j becomes 0, this equation is suitable. This equation is right. Otherwise it is not suitable because of from the vector identity, curl of divergence of any scalar must be 0. So for that purpose, this is the equation which satisfies when j becomes 0. That is here. So h dot delta v is a valid when j equal to 0. J is a current density, right? J equal to 0. So now, so to proving this one, let me consider one of the example here. So that is, let me consider the two inner circles. The current is passing two current carrying filaments. One is the inner conductor, second one is the outer conductor. On inner conductor and outer conductor passing current is I, right? And now we have to calculate the point P. So let you consider this one is the point P. So this is the point P which is lying between inner conductor to the outer conductor, right? Point P is represents here. That point P value. See, whereas point P value is lying between the inner conductor to the outer conductor. See here, inner conductor is A, radius is A, outer conductor radius is P. So that is the rho value can be represents between the A to B. So here I want to find the electric field, so magnetic field intensity. So for already we have seen with the help of the Ampere circuited law, we have recognized that the any circular loop current carrying conductor magnetic field intensity h bar equal to I by 2 pi rho. This is a standard equation. So which I have already derived with the help of the Ampere circuited law in a current carrying conductor. So from this I have recognized the h value I by 2 pi rho. Rho is the radius of the point from the origin to the radius of the point. See. So next minus delta into Vm. So this is the value for H. H equal to minus delta into Vm. H already now we have recognized from the Ampere circuited law. So that is the value for I by 2 pi rho. That I can substitute here. I by 2 pi rho equal to minus delta into Vm. So from this only Vm equal to I by 2 pi rho into phi. So right. So we observe from the V suffix m only vector potential equal to I by 2 pi rho into phi plus 2 pi. So this is the vector potential, sorry, scalar potential for magnetic field. So this observe that the Vm keeps changing. We can complete additional laps to pass through the same point. So but before the static field, so again it goes for the delta cross H bar equal to 0. So for the J equal to 0. So for that purpose divergence of current becomes 0. Same concept has been repeating. So he has been considering A and B. See here, same concepts. Delta cross A bar equal to mu H, mu equal to delta cross H into mu J. Same curl of any vector is nothing but del dot A bar minus delta square A. So this is a vector potential. Delta square Ax equal to minus mu into Jx, delta square Ay equal to minus mu into Jy, delta square Az equal to minus mu into Jz. So this is about magnetic vector potential. Is this clear? Get you clear about magnetic scalar potential? So magnetic scalar potential is to recognizing the Vm value. So finally we have recognized the Vm value is that so I have recognized the Vm value is to that 1 I by minus of I by 2 pi into phi naught, that is the magnetic scalar potential. Now let us see the magnetic vector potential. So for considering, so I have been considering two non-zero elements, so which are A and B are the two vectors. So last case we have to see the magnetic scalar potential. So that is why I can represent the electric potential is a scalar element, but here so we need to see the magnetic vector potential. For that I have been considering there will be two vectors. One is a bar and second one is the B bar. So let you consider these two are the vectors. So for this we have to see here the vector A bar is called vector magnetic potential. Webers per units are the Webers per meter, and B can be found A bar through the curl operation. So the B bar is also a vector. The B bar vector is a curl of A bar is nothing but a B bar vector, right? We have introduced the vector function B bar and A bar related to the curl of B bar. So for that, so delta cross A bar is equals to mu into delta cross H bar. So which is nothing but delta cross H is nothing but J. I can represent delta cross A bar equal to J. So that is from the vector identity curl of any vector equal to del of del dot A minus delta square A. So this you can substitute above formula. So that is del of del dot A minus delta square A. So for a great simplification we can achieve that delta divergence of any vector can be 0. See, divergence of delta cross A bar becomes 0. The only remainder is delta square A can be got from the above equation. Delta square A bar equal to minus mu into J. So from this, we can represent A bar is not only along with the x direction. So it is all the direction. It is along delta square A suffix x along the x direction is mu into J suffix x. Delta square Ay equal to mu into J suffix y. Delta square A Z equal to minus mu into J suffix Z. So this is the magnetic vector potential concept. And from this we can able to get this is the Poisson's equation. Already we have seen delta square V equal to minus rho by epsilon is the Poisson equation. So whenever observing rho of minus rho by epsilon becomes 0, that equation can be converted for the Laplacian equation. So remaining. So from the A bar equal to mu by 4 pi epsilon I by r into dl. So if it is a line charge, so scalar vector potential for a surface charge, mu by 4 pi into k bar by r into ds. So this is the flux for given area. So application of the magnetic vector as well as magnetic scalar potentials. Any doubts this up to this?